Hello and welcome back to the Dugout. We're here for our European previews. I'm Alexander Cruikshanks and I'm joined by Ethan Barlow to talk about the upcoming action for the Scottish sides in Europe. Ethan, another exciting week for Scottish football.
Yeah, some tough games, some difficult kind of unknowns with these games. You never know in European fixtures, especially against some of the teams we're going to speak about. I think it's going to be a massive but difficult game for Celtic heading to Bergamo. I think Rangers will really look to win their game, and I think Hearts will have a chance as well.
Yeah, definitely. We'll just dive right in. Celtic go to Bergamo to take on Atalanta in the third match day of the Champions League phase. And it's going to be a tough one. I spoke to a guy today called Callum McFadden. He does commentary and football writing, and he was, he kind of uh, he's Scottish and he does like commentary and work for Celtic sometimes, and he was giving me sort of his insight into it, and he really painted the picture of Celtic need to be pragmatic in their
Yeah.
approach. However, I don't know if they will, based on Brendan Rodgers' previous comments about Champions League football and his refusal to go with his style of play, because the attacking talent this Atalanta side has is scary.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's always been the thing with Brendan Rodgers in Europe. He's never been one to back down, and where managers in the past, like I'm not going to say Ange Postecoglou because we know what like his football and philosophies like, but managers like your Neil Lennons and that would maybe put a lot of men behind the ball and kind of make it difficult for teams to break us down. But for Brendan Rodgers, he sticks to his guns. He's come out and just pretty much bandied away any suggestions that he's going to change his way of playing, which I'm hoping is just to mask his kind of optimism and confidence in the players. And he is going to sort of be more pragmatic and more aware that if you play like this at this top level, then and against better teams, you will get punished. And I think it's took, I mean, a 7-1 defeat should be enough to kind of tell you the whole story of that. And I don't think it takes any more fixtures for him to realise that it's not going to work at this level. Um,
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how Celtic line up because they're playing against a 3/5 back, which they haven't really done this season. I know maybe in the Scottish Premiership they have, but of a team of Atalanta's quality, they haven't. So it'll be interesting to see how Brendan Rodgers lines up the team.
definitely. Yeah, like it's difficult for me to explain just the dangers, because I'm going to try and be articulate, but they're, like I said, they're scary. And it will be interesting to see how he lines up against this side. With the likes of Adamola Lookman and Matteo Retegui, who has sort of come to the forefront recently for Atalanta and Italy. 10 goals for including international and league football. Ethan, as you told me before we got on here, stealing your restat there. But
Not at all.
yeah,
Um,
it's going to be
yeah,
difficult for the centre backs to deal with, and I feel like they need support from the midfield. One thing Callum actually mentioned to me earlier was maybe put Bernardo in place of Engels, and I think that could be a decent idea, just a more combative midfield to try and like break up play and really get yourselves in the game.
yeah, I completely agree with maybe changing the midfield slightly. I think you need more defence. I know McGregor's a good, he's a great holding midfielder, but if you have him on his own, as his kind of own defensive minded midfielder, then you'll get overloaded. Especially with players like Hatate, Real Hatate, a great player on the ball, one of the best in Scotland, but off the ball, his kind of defensive work isn't the best, and in these kind of games can pass him by if he's not getting a lot on the ball. He was good when he came on in Dortmund, but I think I would like to see Bernardo and Engels with McGregor. Um, I think that would provide sort of defensive stability, and they're going to have a lot of bodies in the middle. Because they've only got obviously got the two wide men and the wing backs. They've got kind of those kind of attacking players and the two attacking midfielders and behind the striker. But yeah, as you said, Retegui looks bang on form. At Euros, I think he was kind of a laughing stock among Italians, as he's just not very good. But this season, Scamacca's picked up that injury, and he's been on fire. One of the top strikers in Europe so far this season.
Yeah, it was kind of surprised. There's a lot of surprises across Europe this season, actually, with your attacking players, with the likes of in loads of leagues like Bradley Barcola has 7 goals, and we all knew he was a talented player, but we didn't know he'd be that good. And Omar Marmoush in the Bundesliga, it seems to be a season for kind of guys. I think Barcola is a bit different in the case where everyone knew, right, he's going to be class, but like Marmoush and Vitegi just kind of coming to the forefront and going, wait a minute here, we're talented players and we're going to prove it. And yeah, Celtic will struggle to deal with that. I know what you'll always get that in a Gasperini side, just pure attacking talent, players who will work for each other, a good system. They'll be compact as well. It won't be easy for Celtic to break and make something in front of goal. So it sounds silly because obviously you get beat 7-1 by Borussia Dortmund, but I feel like on paper this is one of Celtic's toughest tests, if not the toughest. Just I don't know. I feel like at the start of the season I would have thought going away to um, Bergamo would be more difficult than going away to Dortmund, just because Dortmund are, they're funny. They can be inconsistent. They can drop a game here or there. I just feel like Atalanta on the European stage have shown that they can step it up. Last season I was talking to Callum about this as well. Actually, um, they beat Liverpool in the Europa League. Everyone was kind of overlooking them because of never losing, right? Incredible team, and then they just go and blow them away in the final, and they didn't let them get anything. There was no threat from Leverkusen, and uh, I think that really showed that they weren't there by chance. They're there because they're a top European side, and even this season, they held Arsenal to a draw. I think David Raya with that brilliant double save, and I think that they're definitely not one to be overlooked anymore. I think they've proven that.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned about the Europa League final. It was kind of Gasperini using his experience in schooling Xabi Alonso, who was obviously the younger coach. And Gasperini's brought Atalanta into this, well, Italian powerhouse. They're not maybe right up the top challenging for the title, but you could definitely see them going there with the trajectory of how the club's moving. We haven't even really mentioned Adamola Lookman yet, who was obviously the star of that final. He's probably well, one of the most dangerous players. And yeah, it's going to be difficult. Even the last Champions League game, a 3-0 win over Shakhtar Donetsk is away from home is no easy feat, and they absolutely dominated that game. Looking at the stats, so it's not going to be easy for Celtic, and they're going to have to pull off one of their best performances of the season, if not their best performance of the season, to get anything from the match.
Yeah, I'd 100% agree with that. And just talking about the Europa League final there, and the sort of Italian powerhouse that he's turned them into. And I think one guy, I don't know let me just check. I don't know how much he's been playing this season, but yeah, he's been playing Matteo Ruggieri. defender, left-sided defender. He can play sort of centre half, left back. He really impressed me in that final. The way he got up and down, and I couldn't really tell if he was a left back or a left centre half. I guess that was the beauty of the system as well, and he was just absolutely everywhere. And like the Leverkusen players couldn't get anything from him. He was winning everything in the air. He was up the wing, and he's one guy that's stuck in my mind. And I know it's going a bit off topic from like the game and that, but he's a player I think you should watch out for as well. I think he will be important to their to, to their game. But yeah, definitely really difficult for Celtic. I think the first 20 minutes will be crucial. If they can hold on Celtic and not concede, I think it's anyone's game. You know, uh, but Atalanta will start fast, and I think it's up to Celtic to weather the storm for a bit and maybe use the likes of Kyogo and Kun and Maeda to break and make something of it. You need to see the Kyogo that shows up in like almost every single Old Firm game where he gets given one chance and he takes it. That's not the Kyogo you usually see the rest of the time. He misses a lot, although he does score a lot. He does miss a lot of chances as well. So yeah, if he's presented with an opportunity, you need the Kyogo you see in the Old Firm games to just take it. But it will be difficult for Celtic.
Yeah, definitely difficult, and it doesn't help the two major injury news that's come out. Greg Taylor and Cameron Carter-Vickers don't travel, so you would assume they would both start fully strengthened team. So you'd imagine it's going to be Alex Bailly and Austin Trusty and a gang who didn't weren't the most convincing performance at the weekend,
Not the
but
most trusty.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Cheers.
Um, But yeah, I think it'll be the same team as the weekend for Celtic. But I would like to see Bernardo come in for Hatate, and yeah, I mean a wild card pick that's never going to happen. But Luke McCowan, I don't think he's going to start.
Oh,
I don't think he's going to
what?
start. But I think it would be a wild selection. But I don't think he's put any foot wrong since stepping in the door. And
There's a difference though from coming on and like league games and doing well, and then like throwing them in a Champions League game away to one of the on form sides in the competition.
No, definitely. But I think when this is the kind of like make or break game for a player. If you put him in, then he might be the best midfielder that we've got at the club. I don't think he is, but he could be, and that could be something that we learn by playing him. But that's just I wouldn't play him, and I don't think Rodgers will play him. But it's just a sort of devil's advocate.
All right, fair enough.
And
Well,
yeah,
here's another devil's advocate. Put Tony Ralston
uh,
in.
no, that one's just.
Put him in at left
No,
back instead of Bailly because he's not looked great.
no, we're all right.
All right, cool.
Could
Do you
put
want to
could
move?
put could put Trusty at left back.
What? Who do you put in centre half? Stephen Welsh.
Yeah. No, let's keep Barry at left back.
Okay. Do you want to move on to the Europa League? Rangers with their second game at home in Europe this season to home in the main European competitions, not qualifiers. At home to FC Star Bucharest of Romania, currently sit fifth in the Romanian league. However, they've won their last five. They're fourth in the Europa League league phase. They've won their first two games. Um, I think it will be tough for Rangers going off the back of the weekend, but I think it's one they should be looking to win.
Yeah, I think we all seen at the start of the draw. Rangers had, well, the short end of the stick, you could say, as far as it comes for Europa League draws. Tougher games to come, and I think this one against Bucharest will probably fit in between Malmo and Lyon. And it'll be one that if Rangers are looking to progress to the next round, that they'll need to really go there and get a win. Well, win at home at Ibrox.
Yeah.
Or is it away from home?
No, it's
As
at home. It's at home.
Nah, as at home, yeah. I'm just
Um,
getting confused because Celtic are playing 2 away games in a row, so I don't know.
no, no, it's
Yeah, no, that
yeah,
would make sense. Yeah, that would make sense because then you would play 2 games at home. Yeah.
yeah. But
Um,
I,
yeah, you get my point.
yeah, yeah, I get your point. Yeah, so definitely it is one that Rangers have to win. I'd say if they want to progress. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go, but you mentioned Leon earlier on, and I just think if we play the way we did against Leon, but with a bit more defensive solidity, I think we'll get the result because we were actually not bad against Leon. Um, need to take chances as well as create chances, but over the overall game, I thought we were okay. Some poor defending, some poor mistakes, some clinical finishing from Lacazette and the like. But um, I I think it is one we should be winning. I think it's one we will win. To be
Yeah,
totally honest,
yeah, definitely. I think it's one you need to win. I think the only other game that I'd say is more likely or possibly a better chance of getting points is Union St Gilloise, is it?
Union Saint-Gilloise.
Los Angeles. Yeah, that sounds a
Yeah,
lot better. Yeah, them at home. But the other games, Man United, Spurs, Nice, and Olympiacos away. Not all of them away, but Olympiacos away in that hostile atmosphere, and all the other
20
games.
as well though.
20? Oh yeah, I forgot about them. I forgot about
I
20.
think unless I've messed up, but I'm pretty sure we are playing 20 as well.
Uh,
Um, sorry, this is great podding, guys.
no, I don't see 20 there. I don't think he's are playing 20.
I thought we were.
Yeah, I thought you were as well, but I don't know.
FCSB, Olympiacos, Nice, Tottenham, United, Bucharest, Nice, Tottenham, Olympiacos. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why. I thought we were playing 20. But yeah. I think that's one yeah, Bucharest is definitely one that we should be winning. And yeah, I think Olympiacos is one as well, to be totally honest.
Yeah,
I think that
that'll
it's
be a difficult game, but
yeah, it's difficult to go away, but I feel like that's one we could take something from. And I've just got a weird feeling about the United game as well.
well, how United are doing now. They
It's
got a
like
win at the weekend, but
it's like parallels though. Rangers are doing terribly also.
yeah, yeah.
So
But Rangers go there with no pressure, so that's the difference, really. But um, yeah, I think this is a game that Rangers need to win, and it'd
mm,
be good to win. Like unlike the Malmo one, they need to win this to kind of get momentum back and get a positive kind of buzz around. A little positive buzz. I know it's not going to be perfect, but after a disappointing defeat. But yeah, do you think there'll be any changes from the starting 11 for Rangers that started at the weekend?
uh, I don't know. I don't even entirely know what the starting 11 was exactly, but I can give you an idea of what I think it will be. Let me just look at this lineup. I don't think there will be any changes from that.
No, I agree. I think Clement has kind of got his set team now. He likes that 4-2-3-1, and I
Hmm.
think that's probably going to be the team again. I agree. I can't really see any changes.
The only
I
one that
think,
I maybe would make is put Casemiro in, but I don't think he's ever going to do that. So
yeah, yeah. I think you've been a big raver
he's so
about
solid
his.
defensively. Um, I didn't see him at the weekend if he played or if he did well because I didn't watch the whole game because I was at work. But I really like him, and when he came on against Leon, he just shut down that side. So yeah, I'd like to see him get a few more games, maybe a start, but I can't see it. So I think it will be the same as that team. And yeah, but I think Rangers should get the result. On to Hearts, the host Omonia Nicosia, sixth in the Cypriot League. Um, and this is one, it's a big. I feel like it's Nicosia. They have some decent players, and they're no mugs. Like it's not it's not like they're like really they're the top. They're in the top division of Cyprus, who are actually like it's an okay league. It's not a great league, but it's a decent league. Obviously, Aris Limassol took 4 points off of Rangers last season in the Europa League, so nothing to be sniffed at. But I feel like it's a big opportunity for Hearts to make it 2 from 2 in Europe, especially under their new manager Neil Critchley.
Yeah, they're on a feel good train after that win. They've got their new manager in after they desperately seem to want him for well, pretty much all of this season since Stephen Naismith's kind of tenure went downhill. And it's a good feeling around Hearts. I know they're at the bottom of the league, but I think it's only the only ways up for them. And I think they can follow up their win against Minsk with a win here. I think um, they can definitely go into the match confident and make a good impression of themselves, and hopefully they can be one of the teams to be the first team in well, I don't know if there has been a third kind of team, not Celtic or Rangers, that was progressed in Europe for a long, long time. But I think Hearts have definitely got the players and the kind of capabilities to do that. And um, I know Nicosia have got some big names. We've got Hungarian international Adam Lang, who you might recognise from the Euros, and obviously former Rangers central defender as well, Philip Hollander. And then they've
Hmm.
got former Man City and European um, journeyman Stefan Jovetic.
Yeah, there are some big names in there, but I feel like Hearts' overall quality will take it in the end, and it's an exciting time after a miserable start for a Hearts fan. They're sort of flying the Scottish flag in Europe right now as well. Yeah, it's it's exciting for Hearts, and I think they could go and take something.
Yeah, definitely, and hopefully they do.
Yeah,
It's
hopefully
good
they
to
do.
see. It's good to see all the Scottish teams doing well in Europe, and obviously it's going to be more difficult for Rangers and then more difficult for Celtic with some of the games they have to play. But with Hearts and the Conference League, they've got a good they've got there's some top players in their squad, and they've held on to some good players that maybe they would have let go of in the past, like your Lawrence Shanklin's. I know he's not really hit the ground running this season, but there's still obviously a player in there. And then they've got some of the league's best talents from last season, like your Jan Danders and your Spittles. I know it's not perfect at Hearts, but I think they can. Like I was confident of them getting a result, and they hadn't got a result. And Baku was it? No, it wasn't Baku. It was Azerbaijan, but I don't know if it was Baku. They played against Dinamo Minsk. But yeah, now they've got a couple wins under their belt. They should be feeling confident.
Yeah, definitely. I think that sort of wraps it up for our European preview. Yeah, loads of big games in Europe this week, and we wish all the Scottish teams well. And we hope that we can bump up the coefficient points after a week. But yeah, thank you everyone to. Oh, what?
Yeah, I was just gonna say there. We forgot to do our predictions.
Oh, predictions. Oh, right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, quickly. Celtic, Lazio, Lazio, Celtic, Atalanta. I'm gonna go with 2-0 to Atalanta, unfortunately.
yeah. Celtic Lazio the last time Celtic got a win in Italy, and I think
Oh,
I don't think they'll get a win. I'm not got much confidence in my team. I think Atalanta will win by 3 goals to 1.
okay. Rangers versus Steaua Bucharest. I'll let you go first on this one.
I'm gonna say a scrape 1-0 by Rangers.
4-2. Just, I don't know why, that's what came to mind. 4-2 to Rangers.
Fair
Uh,
enough.
and Hearts versus Ammonia Nicosia. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Hearts.
I'm going with the same scoreline.
All right, good luck to all the Scottish teams in Europe. Thank you to everyone for watching and listening. Go check out our Twitter at the Dugout 2024. Lots of good stuff happening on there. Thank you and goodbye.